Friday had me throwing remotes. Saturday had me hugging inanimate objects. And Sunday it was back to business as usual for the bullpen. I hate that. It's the second half, and it started off pretty bipolar, if you ask me. So get your Ritalin, get a brew dog, get some sherry, whatever you drink, 420 it, I don't care. It's hills and valleys, so come join the ride that is the Habit Hunter. Hello, A's faithful. Welcome to the Habit Hunter A's podcast and the House Always Wins Media Network. I'm Tim Burns. You can call me Hobbs. I'm a sports writer. I've been covering the athletics for the guys at Mid-Valley Sports out of Burbank, California, where I cover the amazing A's, as well as the entire NFL desk. And that is looming, isn't it? You can find me at Sacktown A's Fans for Life on X and this, the Habit Hunter podcast. Habit Hunter gives you an analysis of every series at the end. We identify problems A's players might be developing and look for solutions. We talk about them, we argue, we look for answers, and we throw them out there in the atmosphere. See what sticks. See what makes us look smart. See what makes us look not so smart. I have plenty of that. We analyze the moves the front office and manager make, and they finally got their thumb out of their behinds, right? And made some moves. And we give our team flowers when they shred. And Saturday's game will be a fun topic for sure today. It's the not the only thing we can hang our hat on right now. Remember to give the show a like. I know everybody asked that, but it keeps the show in the algorithm. At last check, we're at 572-ish of loyal subscribers as a network, so make sure and subscribe. Check out all the amazing shows. Booney has built a team of shows created by A's fanatics that bring the knowledge. So go surf the network. Get your fill of athletics baseball content. There's a lot in there, over 300 videos to watch. We're going to do a roll call, very brief at the end, and see how we're doing, because this was such a hills and valleys series that it's hard to gauge what the statistics really mean when you have blowouts everywhere, you know? This was an emotional roller coaster of a series for me. I'm going to leave all my feelings about the opener in this show. I wrote out a bunch of stuff. I was bent after Friday. I know we rebounded Saturday, and obviously I'm going to have a good positive rant then, but it was 23-4, and we need to ream some people when it's 23-4. Am I right? All the issues I bring up I feel are very valid. No matter what we did the rest of the series, we still lost the series 2 out of 3. We had a great Saturday, but there's some stuff we got to talk about for real. It was funny. After Friday's game, I was listening to the last call with Booney, and someone wrote, Scott Emerson is laughing and telling all of us to F off. And he probably was seeing that. He's like, look, I'm not the problem. Yes, you were, dude. Yes, you were. Yeah. We're going to talk about that. What we saw Friday was one of the biggest rollover and show your belly moments I've ever seen from the A's. That was put your chin up and put your chin up. Ugh. It was horrible. It was horrible to watch. I don't know if I just transitioned from PTSD to full shell shock. I don't know if I was mad or surprised or if I even cared by the 6th inning. I mean, congrats, Katse. On Friday, you made watching my favorite sport, my favorite team, more depressing and painful than multiple myeloma, than terminal blood cancer ever did. You know, every Friday I get up and I go to the cancer center. one of the most depressing and traumatizing places you can go. And yet I look forward to going because I get to crack some jokes, lift some spirits. I'm spiritual about that place. I look forward to it because there's people barely holding on there. And, I want to create a few smiles while I'm in there holding on too, But when my treatments are done and they don't go long and traffic is good, I get to rush 30 miles home and catch the 6:40 start time. I don't rush in home. I just don't rush home anymore. I don't. You want to know why? Because a team led by you and a David Force constructed team is more depressing physically and emotionally, more draining than cancer. I would trade around a chemo to erase Friday night. I would. And I've had a lot of it. Kotze should have been fired via the giant screen in the outfield in the 6th freaking inning. I don't care about Saturday. We'll talk about that. That was fun. But that doesn't clear Cott. That doesn't clear Forrest. That doesn't clear Fisher. When it was 14-2, it was clear John Fisher didn't fire high enough. When it's 14-2 and 9 more runs come across, it's clear that apathy went further than the goofy bullpen strategies of Scott Emerson. The team as a whole, the culture is that it's okay to get blown out once or twice a series. That is all good. It's all good. Just a culture of bored, aimless, apathetic. Has anybody thrown some shit yet? For real. In the comments. How many of you screamed at the TV and thrown something because of the results of this team this year? Now, when is the last time Kotze has gotten pissed and yelled and screamed and thrown some stuff? When has a player thrown a helmet and ringed himself? Since McNeil. McNeil did it in week 3. I was proud of him. On Friday, just stop it. Nobody showed they cared on Friday, except us. It's hard to be a fan of that, guys. It is. The storylines of this series, coming into the series, we were hoping to reset, get a fresh start to the season, try to stay competitive in the AL West. And our response is 23-4. The IL list to start the second half: Kurtz, Geloff, Luis Severino, Denzel Clark, who's supposedly coming back in a couple weeks. They're talking about it. Krisky, the reliever, all on IL. Our interim pitching coach was our former bullpen coach, so we're going, how much better is that going to be? No, this man has Dan Hobbs. He was promoted. He showed a different approach immediately. We're not getting much different results, but he's doing things the way I like, and we'll talk about that. Same result, though. We sucked, but he's doing the right things at the right times. It's kind of old school. I know, I get it. But we need an old school approach with young arms and young egos, right? I kept the rights down this time. Honestly, I like this decision in the blowout because maybe the exception of sending Junior Tur out for another inning. But in his defense, I expected that. I knew he was going to do that, given the score and the inning it was in. He had mound visits when he should have. I had zero complaint with his mound visits. He pulled arms as expected, or at least at reasonable times. It was the same crap result, though, which should give Emo some gratification from the couch. But, players recalled Brady Basso. He had a nice 1-2-3 inning with 2 Ks Friday. Junior Tur absolutely shelled in the opener. He was promoted. They used him immediately, obviously. Infielder Tommy White, I think he should just stay up at this point. Why not? 8 games out, whatever we are, 15 games under now. He played the opener, sat Saturday, played today. The A's optioned to AAA Mason Barnett. He played in Vegas Saturday. So did Brian Servin, catcher. He was sent to Vegas as well. They DFA'd Joey Meneses just a revolving door of arms and bats. It shouldn't even be here at this point in their careers, in my opinion. They should be down there learning stuff, but we have to pull people up. We DFA'd, then traded Aaron Savali. Thank you. Thanks for the April, though. That was a nice April, but oof, he had to go. He got traded for, what's his name? Aiden Moffett, right-handed pitcher. I did a quick glance. He's years away. His ERA is over 8. I know I actually saw one line that said ERA 40, but yeah, it's probably one outing or something. Also, whoever scheduled the Cubs as our home opener again next year, you're a douche. You're a freaking douche. Mensa. We all know why. That was a nightmare last year. We picked off from the Angels and activated Donovan Walton. Instant help. He walked once in his debut, 3 more times Saturday. Pinch hit today. The guy's a 3-headed hitter. It's small sample. But let's see, Brett Rooker, he has season-ending knee injury or his knee surgery. He's on 60-day IL. He's done. Surgeries at Stanford, orthopedic, the entire medical system there is brilliant. I had my bone marrow transplant there. They saved my life. He's going to be in great hands. He expects to be ready for spring training, which is great. So, as for the Cluster F opener, gauge jump. Let's get this rolling. Format's a little different. Time should be maybe 6-7 minutes longer. But gauge jump took the loss. Lasted only 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 of them were doubles, 3 earned, 2 walks, 8 Ks. And I don't think it was really that bad an outing per se. I don't. But I agree with the new pitching coach. Hobbs agrees with Hobbs. The jump was off, and he was likely to continue down a bad path. You could see it kind of coming. We'll talk about that like in today's game. I can feel it. I feel the dread. It's PTSD flat out, but I feel it. I know when we're going south. It's almost like back of your neck. So I was fine with him pulling him. I didn't figure the bullpen would melt down for 19 earned runs. What the fuck? 19 earned runs. It's usually the starter with the big runs allowed, right? 3 A's relievers had 5 earned runs or more. And I think 2 innings was their biggest amount of innings. That's insane. A's are so comfortable with being blown out now that Carlos Cortez may wind up with enough appearances to qualify for the Mariano Rivera Award at the end of the year. We're using him all the time now. We have to. He gets shelled. That was bad. Back to jump. He started off great, first 2 innings, struck out 5 of the first 7 batters he faced. But I did notice something missing from even those at bats. He wasn't getting ahead in the count. He is an 0-2 king. He gets people behind 0-2, and it just wasn't working for him. He was throwing 98, but people were catching up and fouling it off. They were fighting pitches. And I heard Chris Carey mention this, something that jump leads baseball in producing foul balls. We're going to chat about Carey and Braden later. I swear they have ADHD. They do. I do too. Last start, Gage jump, he had 5 0-2 counts to all 5 he faced in the second inning alone. And Friday, he was only ahead 0-2 4 times, all start. So he wasn't executing his pitches with as much ease as even in his last start, which he also lost. And you guys know me by now, I'm not going to gloss the enemy. I don't plan on itemizing how this national guy got a double and this guy got a home run and triple. I'm just not. I mean, you go, I'll give you this, 21 hits, 6 doubles, 4 home runs. If I say we suck, and they did. With a 304 in this entanglement. Andres Chaparro had like 800 RBIs. Curtis Meade was 4 for 6 with 3 doubles. Dude had as many doubles as the entire A's team. After pulling jump, the A's imploded completely. Let's take a glance, shall we? I like a great train wreck. Jose Suarez got the jump. Out of the 4th. but went single and home run to start the fifth, 6-2. Sterner comes in, walk, home run, 8-2. Gets out of the fifth. Sterner came out for the sixth because 2 runs isn't enough for Sterner. No, walk, single, 2-run single, 10-2. Then another double. And then they pull him. Proper. Newly promoted. We talked about him. Junior Tur. I don't know how to say his name. This is a nightmare, though. Poor guy. 2-run single. It's 12-2. RBI double. It's 13-2. Walk. RBI single. 14-2. 9 more runs to go, guys. They leave Tur in for the 7th because they have to at this point. You know, what I was surprised was that the A's didn't demote him the next day. That shows you we're just out of pitchers to demote. It's kind of the A's modus operandi to demote somebody after leaving them to hang and die. You know, use them up. Use up them player options. Tur goes single, walk, 2-run double, 16-2. Home run, 18-2. And then we get the mound visit. Tur gives up another single, and then he finds his spot. And out. Boom, done. 18-2, though. And it's hard to believe. 5 more runs. Brady Basso. He pitched today, too. He navigated today. I kind of like him right now. I do. He had a solid 1-2-3-8. He was the only A's pitcher not to allow a run. That's how bad we were Friday night. Then it was Carlos Cortez being shelled for 5 runs. Now those I don't even care about because, you know, he's an everyday player. But it entertains me watching regular dudes, you know, and seeing which batter fails. I don't know why I like that. But this shellacking should have got people fired for sure. Cott was. Think about this. Did Cott show any emotion in the 23-run loss? Did you see it? Did you see anything? I didn't. I look down a lot because I'm watching the computer. I'm looking at the pitch, what the pitch is, that kind of stuff. I know we don't talk about it a lot on here, but for the space of time, I don't. I saw he was emotionless. Not that it matters. JKG had more than one hit again. The guy's a stud. Sodi homered with Jacob Wilson on in the 4th. After that 2-run homer by Sodi, 9 of the next 12 A's struck out. It made Cade Cavalli look like a wizard. In fact, after Sodi's home run, the next 5 A's struck out in a row. What are you doing, guys? Kind of like in the 8th when Tommy White doubled to open the inning. The next 3 struck out and left him there. Shea had a meaningless 9th inning home run. Knock it off, Shea. Knock it off. You struck out your first 3 ABs, man. Quit playing with this. That irritates me. I hate the random token. We have one of those today, too. The 9th inning, walk, move them over, free walk to second, single brings them in. Like, don't throw us that at the end when you're meh for the rest of the time. It's irritating. It isn't impressive. I'll say that every 3 strikeout game lowers Shea's trade value. And after Friday, we should be selling him off, but we can still get a haul for him. It's not getting any younger, you know. As for Dallas and Chris, going off topic is understandable in a game like this, like Friday's game. But inning after inning of wrestling chatter isn't why you're there, guys. You know, this entire group is amateur. Owner's aimless. He's missing in action. David Forrest, he built this pitching staff. He should be embarrassed. He should be the one missing. He deserves no sway. Kase, winning 39% of his games. Jenny Canvar isn't sure if a ball's fair or not half the time. Dallas Braden staring at Jenny's feet. Chris Carey's talking about wrestling. You know, someone, take this shit seriously. That game was embarrassing. You know how many text messages I got with just a freaking laugh emoji? Some more pretty funny, though. Saturday's game ended the misery, though. Finally, killed the 10-game streak. We get to talk about some fun again. Okay, here we go. JT Ginn started, and what an outing. What an outing. 15-1 win. Changes nothing about my opinion of Katse. But I'm like Booney, man. I don't like talking too much about the bad stuff when we can actually talk about something good. Saturday, the players looked like they were embarrassed by Friday, and they should have been. And they finally showed the fans some heart. They showed the fans some heart today, too. I'll be honest with you. Bad outcomes, typical outcomes, the strikeouts, the one-pitch outs, that kind of thing killing me. But we fought a lot today, and we'll talk about that. Saturday, 13 for 36 at the plate, 3 doubles, 3 home runs. Nothing to complain. No complaints on this end. Everyone who played had an RBI, but Donovan Walton. And he walked 3 times, and he scored twice. So we got a guy that's got a good eye at the plate. He walked 3 times. He's a 300 hitter, guys. His defense is already better than anything we got going on right now as we're rotating the infield around, jumbling people. He's as good as anybody else. JKG's a beast right now. You didn't think about the defense. I didn't. I mean, I heard that he was pretty good. He's fast. Man, those guys. Alika Williams today, he did it too. Great plays. A's rocked right out of the gate, batted around in the first inning. Jacob Wilson got a start. He crushed junk level first pitch fastball. One of the guys in the chat, he's like, that was an interesting decision. That pitch. I don't know if it was a decision, but I liked it. It was 103 off the bat. It's 411. He crushed it. He absolutely crushed it. That set the tone. It was a 5-run first. Let's go over the rest of the first. Oh, yeah. Pulled this one out of the archives. A day on the green. So you can actually see before they put Mount Davis in and destroyed it. And destroyed the Coliseum. So that's the Coliseum. That's old school concerts back in the day. Rest of the first. Sodi singles, Shea strikes out because that's what he was doing at the time. Carlos Cortez hits the first pitch for an RBI double. It's 2-0. Great feeling. JKG comes up. RBI double of his own. 3-0. He's legit. I saw the stat today. He just tied the record for the most hits by an A's player in his first 15 games. 23 hits. And he had a hit today as well in his last at bat. How am I going to say this? I better say this nicely because I ranted too much at the beginning. Ride him until the wheels fall off, Katse. I see you. No splitting ABs for lefties, or when you wake up with your junk on the left leg instead of the right one, or however you've been deciding these things, Ouija board, whatever, voodoo. Play him every day. Keep him out of the cleanup spot and let him cook. Okay, please? Don't make me notice you more. You know what's going to happen to you. Donovan Walton walks for the first of his 3 walks. Jonah Heim, RBI single, 4-0. Finishing the scoring, Lawrence Butler hits his first pitch for an RBI ground out. That's all we wanted out of it. 5-0, first inning. That's what the A's are capable of. Not today, not Friday. A's sent 7 to the plate in the second. I was stoked because so often we will have an amazing inning and then disappear for the next 3. So again, I was stoked. We scored only 1 run in it, but put 7 to the plate and only 1 scored. Left bases loaded. But Wilson, he opened with another hit, a single, and Shea walked. Cortez gets hit by a pitch, and JKG, he knocks in Wilson for a 6-0 lead. That's a great start. Meanwhile, JT Ginn, oh my God, he had a no-no forever. He was just serving outs to the Nationals. 6 1/3 innings, a 1-hit ball, struck out the first 4 batters he faced. Didn't look back. Stud. It's his 7th start where he's allowed 0 runs earned. We got the great Ginn on Saturday. He finished with 3 walks, 7 Ks, 82 pitches, kind of a low pitch count. I was cool with when they pulled him, though. 50 strikes. That's very solid innings. So let's go through his start. I want to check this out. Like I said, 1, 2, 3 first, struck out the side up 13 pitches. This was a statement start. I felt Ginn was saying to everybody, enough's enough. this is bullshit play. It's bad play. It's bad pitching. It's bad hitting. No emotion. He put the team on his back. That's what he did. Outcome aside, he put the team on his back. We needed that. We needed that as fans too. In the second, Ginn went strikeout, ground out. He gave up back-to-back walks. It's kind of weird. He loses it. He loses his zone a little bit. But I mean, it was Kyber Ruiz and Nasim Nunez, which they had great series. And Ruiz was on base for most of this game, even though he had a one hitter. He was on base almost all the time. He broke up the no-hitter with one out in the seventh, and he doubled on the first pitch in the ninth. So, and he scored the only Nats run in this game. So he was a pest all day. So, losing him and walking him, to me wasn't that big a deal. Anyway, Ginn got Luis Garcia Jr. to ground out. That was really the only threat for Ginn all day. He just rolled. He was a machine. He went 1, 2, 3 in the third on 12 pitches, 1, 2, 3, fourth on 7. And JKG, he dived. Oh my God. He dived. He turned, the ball was over his head, and he turned and he dived and laid out and caught it over his head, over his shoulder. He protected that no-hit bit. And that's why I kept feeling like it was destined. It was destined because great things kept happening and swaying things to keep that idea alive. The fifth went 3-pitch strikeout, 1-pitch ground out, and then Ginn walked Jorbit Vivas. And I should point out, Vivas pitched the 8th. So it flipped. We had Cortez, the everyday player, pitching for us because we were behind by so much. And Vivas does that for Washington in the second game. And that felt really good. That felt really good to give Washington a dose of what they dished out Friday. If we'd have took Vivas to task in the 8th, like Cortez was, well, we would have been nearing 20 runs too. But we didn't get there in the last inning, in the last ABs. Dylan Cruz, he was called safe on a ground ball that JKG one-hopped it to Kurtz. And so that ended the no-hit bid. But the A's challenged and they won, and that held up the no-no. And that's why I was like feeling like it's destiny because they had that overturn. Can you imagine if somehow like Butler, like he did today, or like, let's just use Butler as an example. If Butler had like used this ABS challenge and couldn't use a challenge for that would have sucked. Anyway, the last time I felt the no-no was destiny was CJ Adams. 103 or 101.3 smash in the crease. It's between Donovan Walton and Nick Kurtz. He's right there in that crease. But Donovan laid out, jumped up, snagged him at first. It's a great play. It's an amazing play. But like I told you, Ruiz singles and ends the no-hit bid right after that. And Ginn was pulled right then. At 82 pitches, only one hit. In theory, you could have kept him going. I was fine with it either way. That was just like it was a good moment. It wasn't stupid to do it. 6 1/3 innings, 1 hit ball, gets the win. He's 8-6. ERA is 3.46. Great. Let's go back to the bats for a second, though. A's bats went quiet for 3rd through the 5th. Drawing a walk. Took only 32 pitches to get 3rd, 4th, and 5th done. Yeah. Jeff McNeil singled with 1 out in the 6th. Sodi homered, leads up to 8-0. After Friday, we have to savor all this. Enjoy the winning content right now, The 7th was amazing. Cortez homered, 9-0. Walton walked for the 3rd time. Wild pitch moved him over. Butler walked too. I like it when Butler walks because, like in the 9th inning today, I knew he was going to strike out. I was telling one of the kids that's sober, I'm like, that guy's going to strike out. How do you know? It's the 9th. He had an RBI single, though, McNeil, and it's 10-zip. Next up, Jacob Wilson, RBI single, 11-0. That's how Saturday rolled. Wilson's supposed to be nursing nagging injuries, but he went 3 for 6 with a home run, 3 runs, 2 RBIs. He looked like he did last season when he was batting 300. He's going to bat 300 most of his career, I think. He was on a 6-game streak at that point. He was 11 for 24, batting over 450. That's sweet. Sodi, now he got hit in the second of back-to-back sweepers thrown. And at the release point, it was so far behind Sodi, it was like obvious to me that it was intentional. I thought it was. He was hit. I mean, who cares really, but he was hit after he homered in his last at bat. Kind of like Cortez was hit after he had the RBI double. I was irritated. But Shea made it all better when he cleared the bases with a double to the wall. It's glorious. Glorious. And like I said at the end, we were merciful to Jordan Davis. Just one run. But the list is huge. Sodi 2 for 4, 3 runs, a homer. Cortez had a double and a homer, 2 runs, 2 RBI. McNeil was 3 for 5, and then he sat today. Came in for a pinch hit late. The relievers for the A's, Hogan Harris finished the 7th without incident. Mark Leiter's Mark Leiter. He's Mr. Foot Traffic. He lived up to his nickname. He loaded the bases. Single walk, hit by pitch, but he had back-to-back strikeouts, kept shutout going. Shutout that, of course, someone had to mess up. Medina, Ruiz hit the first pitch for a double. Luis Medina bounced out for a ground roll. Dalen Lyle, he singled. So with first and third and no outs, of course, a sac fly. I'll get him from home. We wouldn't have gotten a sac fly because we're the A's, but, other teams do that easy. We needed that win. I talked about it a little long. It's already at 30 minutes, so we're going to go a little long. Sunday was a tall task. Foster Griffin on the mound for the Nats. He was 10-2, 2.77. His whip's 1.02, which means he doesn't allow people on very often. Not too many base runners. It was nice to see Tommy Tanks back in the lineup. I would have preferred he was in the lineup Saturday too instead of McNeil, but I get it. Jeff had 3 hits, but you bring him up, bring Tommy out, give him time to heat, keep the heat up. I don't like it that we keep bringing guys up that are hot, and then we leave them sitting there. You're going to bring them up, use them. Use them. Ace starter Jacob Lopez, he was his normal self today. Back-to-back walks for some stress right off the bat, but a couple strikeouts, he got out of the inning. Wilson started it off great. He singled to start the game, and Sodi hit into a double play. We've been hitting into double plays a lot. We've done in 11 pitches. Lopez had a 1-2-3 inning in the second, 10 pitches. He looked confident. His body language looked a lot better today. He didn't look stressed. His face wasn't getting red like Jeffrey Springs does. Both of them, their faces get red when they start stressing out. But he seemed fairly even-keeled today. He got into trouble right off the bat in the third, though. Single to Nasim Nunez, they stole a lot of bases on us today. Steals second, steals third. I think he's got 35, 36 of them. I don't know. He's in the 30s somewhere. And Lopez is so slow to the plate. Halfway to second, halfway to third. I don't know. Ground out scores Nunez. We couldn't stop him. He was like Ricky versus the Blue Jays. That's what I was trying to think. What team was it? Everybody knew Ricky was going to steal second. Everybody knew he was going to steal third. It was just like every time he got on, everybody knew it. They couldn't stop it. That's what it felt like today. Like I think they had 6 stolen bases today, maybe 7. Alek Williams hit a double with 1 out. That was lost and overrun by Dylan Cruz, which is good. He gets third on a ground out by Jay Willie. Sodi singles, ties the game up, which is great. Shea singles too, he was left on. Those little opportunities for 1 run kill us in this game. We'll go over that. Lopez was a mixed bag in the 4th, strikeout. He hit Dylan Cruz. Harry Ford, RBI double. We're down. We're losing again because, of course, we can't even tie it without giving it up immediately. Hobbs went and talked to Lopez, though, and we all know Emerson would have just sat there. Heart of hearts. Emerson and Cott together would have just let everything play out. But Hobbs went and talked to him. 2 runners stranded. Settling down youngsters works, huh? Hobbs goes out there to talk to him when he's struggling. Go figure. Lopez, James Woods, that was his end. James Wood hit a line out, 108 off the bat, over 108 to open the fifth. Hobbs chose to pull him. Went and got his boy. I was either way on it. I understand why. I mean, why not keep him in there at that point? I would have been cool with that too, because it wasn't bad. 2 earned runs, 4 in the third inning, 2 hits. Because Elvis Alvarado sucks. Comes in and cluster Fs everything. He just lost the game. He didn't care. What does he care? Just throw it and hope. 4-pitch walk to open it. 2-run homer. Solo homer. Hit somebody. Let him steal. 5-1 lead. It's your fault, Force, for building this crap. Sometimes I really want to just burn the team down. Just owner, manager, hitting coach, bullpen coach. Well, he's now our pitching coach. Announcers, half the team. Sometimes I get so frustrated, I just want to melt down. A's respond, Bolte singles to open the fifth, then nothing. And this is where I kind of felt the dread. I feel the dread. Brady Basso had the 6th. JKG had a throwing error, stole second, stole third. We just can't throw anybody out. Shea opened the bottom of the 6th with a double. Went back to nothing, man. Out again. Basso came back for the 7th. He had a little trouble. He had a 4-pitch walk and then struck out the next 2 guys. The first one on 3 pitches. That's talking about bipolar. Like Ritalin, dude. Take some Ritalin. Tommy Wyatt, he fought an 8-pitch at bat for a walk, but double play again. Alika Williams doubles after that. Fly out on 1 pitch. We're back to the doomed crap, right? Finally, you want a crap start. So we opened the 1st and the 5th with singles. We opened the 6th with a Shea double and the 7th with a walk. And none of them scored. 4 opportunities to score 1 run would have had us tied after 7 innings, not down 5-1. Jeff Hartley, he was brought up mid-series. He took the 8th. JKG snagged another likely single to open the bottom half. He's turning into a great find. I mean, 3 groundouts on 12 pitches was solid after that. Bottom of the 8th, Sodi struck out, Shea struck out. And the guys, 2-out single for Heim, another one for JKG. So they actually got the time run to the plate. Wild pitch, guys on 2nd and 3rd, but Cortez grounded out. It's another time, right? Another time we had a chance. And like I told you in the 9th, A scored a token run on a walk, took 2nd for free, scored on a Wilson single. This is another series loss. This is the A's, guys. This is the A's. We have a shot to win when Ginn pitches, when Ginn starts, and when Jump starts. Otherwise, and even when they do, you still have to deal with the bullpen meltdowns and missing opportunities at the plate. There's no reason that 4 times the leadoff person's aboard and not 1 time you can get a run. Too many blowouts to gauge the stats in this series, so I'm going to end it here. But we did bat 308 with 9 doubles and 5 bombs. So the A's bats are in there somewhere. All in one day, unfortunately, but they're in there. I like the changes with the new pitching coach change. The vibe is different. He seems consistent. He's a little more old school. But we're still tanking. It's off to Arizona now to play 3 against, let's see, 2nd place Diamondbacks. We're still a mess. We see the signs, though. We see the signs. That's all I got, guys. It's Sunday. I got to go clean the mess of 4 preteen kids. That's all I got. As always, be excellent to each other, guys, and I'm out. Peace.